Does this work? Yeah. Oh yeah, it works. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey Zilin, what's up? What's up, Zilin? Rolomancer, what is good? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. What should I draw today? What should I draw? Oh, the possibilities. The endless possibilities. Hey, Miguel, how's it going? I've been trying to contact you, Miguel. Congrats on second place. Um, yeah, you need to give me your shipping details, Miguel, so I can send you your second place prize. Hey, Spectre, how's it going? What is good, Spectre? So, topic suggestions. Let's go. Guy with the cosmic banana. Is that the topic? Hey, Morphia, how's it going? Rolo Man Acer. Oh, bandana. Cosmic bandana. Hey, Mel, how's it going? So, topic is number one, guy with a cosmic bandana. All right. Weapon design, Jack animated. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right. Rolo Man Acer. Banana Assassin. All right. Marsh Hydra. That's cool. That's more serious. So we got 5. Have we? Yeah. Man with the cosmic bandana. Weapon design. Rolo Man Acer. Banana Assassin. Marsh Hydra. Skull Carver. Oh, Skull Carver. Jesus. So dark. Let's see. Hey, Fight Milk. Hey. Miguel. Troll Skeleton. Alright, so we got 7 topics. Any more topics? We got some more. We got some more time to roll until we roll the dice. We got 7 topics. Guy with the cosmic bandana. Weapon design. Rolo Manacer. Banana Assassin. Marsh Hydra, Skull Carver, Troll Skeleton. Hey Ritas, what's up? How's it going? Mad Eagle. Oh, so we got 8. Alright. Let's roll an 8 then. 2. Which is weapon design. Alright. We're gonna do a weapon design. Okay. Interesting. A found materials rocket launcher. So it's a scrap heap rocket launcher. Okay. A scrap heap rocket launcher it is then. I'm just gonna set up a grid to help with perspective a bit. First weapon design. I mean, we've done weapon designs per se, but I think this is the first first real task to design a rocket launcher. So then the question comes in, like, so it's a found materials rocket launcher. How are we going to design the rocket launcher to operate? I think if we're going to do a double barrel found material rocket launcher, what would be cool is to do it like a sawed-off shotgun, right? So the basic principle is I'm going to do a sawed-off shotgun double barrel rocket launcher. Where's the pivot point? It can't be there. The pivot point has to be there. And then the barrels are cut there. That's going to be fun to try to design here. A scrap heap double barrel rocket launcher. The base idea is fun. I don't think I've ever seen a rocket launcher like that. But yeah, as it's a more kind of like a prop design, it's going to be really hard to get a super clean look, as we are currently we are exploring the design, right? Roller master, yeah. So I'm thinking, currently I'm not thinking, you know, what parts are what in terms of this is a bicycle, this is thing, this is that, but I'm just trying to find a cool design to it. And I'm also gonna have to quickly run to the kitchen in a second. So I'm thinking you put this part on your shoulder, and you have the opportunity then to have like a second material of padding, and then you hold in front and you have it on your shoulder. And you probably need like a, so you can hold and aim, probably at full arm's length. That could be a cool pose. And then you gotta have a flip side. Ritas. I mean, you also don't need to go to realism. You know, it's like, oh, that's theoretically impossible. So okay, but it can also just be fun. You know, sometimes it's okay to design for fun. There is a word here I'm trying to remember, but the word escapes me. But I'm paraphrasing like illusion of reality. Hey Black Sable, how's it going? Dispense of, no, what's the word? It's a specific term you use when you are designing something that's larger than life. I can't remember what it is. Hey, Rolam answered that if I use any other programs other than Photoshop professionally, no. I mean, some clients provide like PureRef files. I have PureRef installed. So I use it when the client asks me to. But usually what happens is I just use Photoshop. Unless there's a specific request from the client, like you gotta use this program or use this 3D base we're sending you, or so on and so forth. Suspensions of disbelief, yeah, there we go, Jack Animated, thank you. I'll be right back. So I am back. No, yeah. So I the thing is with me is I try to kind of keep it simple. And when something is simple, you can more easily translate that into other programs or tools, For me, Photoshop, I try not to do fancy stuff in Photoshop in a way where the fancy stuff comes from me, right, rather than from the program. So I know a lot of people try to use these effects and settings and tools, and they're really using the strength of the computer. In a way, it's fantastic. I'm not knocking it in any way, shape, or form. It's just that for me, when I like to use my approach to art is more of the foundation aspect. Like I don't need some fancy stuff. I like to keep it simple and just allow my skill set to do the fancy stuff. Kind of a Puritan, I guess. I think that's one of the fun things, I think, for me at least, about art is the whole it's just you, right? And for reference gathering, most of the time I just Google, but Pinterest is good. I think Pinterest is better at a lot of time visually, in a very specific reason, and that is that if you press one picture in Pinterest, you get other pictures underneath suggested that's kind of meta tagged in the same category, and then you can find another image and you click that, and then you get another subset meta tag according to that picture. So you can kind of deep delve into image after image after image. If you find something that's interesting and fascinating, you can go and deeper and deeper and deeper into subsets of explorations. Hey Gria, how's it going? So in that sense, I like using Pinterest. But the problem with Pinterest is that it's not so indefinitely wide as Google is. Google has a lot more images because they search differently, right? The image search parameters are different, while Pinterest is what people put on Pinterest, more or less. So that's kind of the deal, right? For me, visually Pinterest is great, but my worry is that a lot of people have the same Pinterest references, and I have seen that in a lot of people when the people share their reference board. It's like, okay, you've been there, you've been looking at that. Okay, I get it. So it's the sense of it's a bit too limiting, Pinterest, but Pinterest is great in terms of image after image meta search. Oh, you can't participate, but you can listen? That's wicked. Well, we are glad to have you here, Grio. Yeah, so again, I think using programs are great. Using your skill set with programs are better. So a lot of times, me included, back in the days, you get kind of caught up in the technical part, that you have to make art in this way using these instructional steps to create the best art. I think all in all, it's good to have a process. It's good to explore a path. You get better at your trade by repeating. So whatever makes repeating easy, I guess, is good. My worries with that is just you don't want to get trapped by your process or your program you're using, because a lot of people, they spend a lot of effort and a lot of time into relying on the program or relying on the shortcuts that they're used to, like without knowing what the shortcuts are speeding up, you know. So in a sense, that's why I enjoy like going back to the basics and not relying on the tricks of a program or a look of a program. So that I just use my skill set to be the driving factor, right? Without relying on the program to do the fancy work. You know, like I made a meme on my Facebook a couple of months ago where I said, like, look, I can do Blender, and then I just made fog. and that's kind of what a lot of people do. It's like, look, I can render cool stuff in Blender, and then it's all just foggy and cones of light. Spectre, yeah, that's a good point, actually, Spectre. That's a really good point. That's something people don't really understand as well, which probably I get a lot of, because if I search on Google, I get a lot of Pinterest where people have tagged me on their images that they found that I've created. And you go to the Pinterest page, right? You see my picture of the Pinterest in Pinterest, and then meta searches underneath. But if you click that image, you go to my site. Yeah, Black Sabled. I'm not really sure how to utilize that to the max either. But I guess one thing, what you got to make sure is that always have a URL tag on your images to your web domain, so that people can easily find you. Because I think because of the vastness of internet, if you don't attach your name in your image, people don't know where to meta tag you, especially if you make it difficult. People are not going to be bothered tagging you in the image. But if you make it like stupidly easy and accessible, most likely they will tag you, like meta tag you in the thing, right? Oh, really, Spectre? You try to do that? Well, tell me, am I right or am I wrong? You seem to have given it a good thought. I haven't had time to think. So you tell me, what do you think of that Pinterest and meta tagging? Spectre, oh, you make your board of your own art? Right, that's cool. That's cool. And then, of course, if you meta tag, hashtag blah 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 blah, and when you upload it, or if you search then those hashtags on Pinterest, you're going to find your images. Jack Animated. What I would do if this would be for a client, let's say I've done similar, not exactly similar design here, but similar process for, let's say, Destiny 2. You just knock out a couple of these, block out design, general like simple wash tone, and you send it to them, and they go, oh yeah, we like B, option B. Let's explore that further. So then you take B and those ideas that you included in version B, and you do it one more time. You keep exploring one more time and see what comes out, right? So that's why, for example, I always instruct my artists that if you're gonna do something, design options, you have to give them a broad enough scope so the client can go, I can clearly see the difference between 1, 2, and 3. I like 3 a lot more, because then they can sit in a meeting, they can discuss it, they can say, oh, I like the idea of that more. But if they have to go like, okay, what's the difference between 1 and 2? Okay, that's more blue, and there's a screw over there, and the whole point is lost, right? You want them to just instantly see what your design is and what's the purpose of the design, so they can go, that one is better. Okay, let's explore that one. Because if they have to choose, like, okay, do we like the screw over there or screw over there, you're instantly limiting the potential of the design. But to answer your question, Jack Animated, if they would approve this design, like let's say I've gone the gauntlet of trying different designs and back and forth, and they have eventually decided like, yeah, this is the option we like. Obviously I wouldn't send it in this rough state, but let's say I would know that this is what they want, right? I wouldn't need to jiggle shapes around. I wouldn't need to move this or that, and so I would just know that, okay, this is what it is. This is what they have proved. So I would just go on top. And if I know that I have to do line art, I would obviously trace. I would make a new layer, lower the opacity on this, and then just trace the lines to a cleaner state, right? Because they just need the design. They don't need this exact marks in that sense. So I would trace it, and then I would make a very clean presentation. If they want it rendered, I would paint on top. Jack animated, so rough like this will never seen by a client. I mean, if I would show them this, they would go, okay, what is that material? What is that material? What is it? They wouldn't really know. I would need to separate them and design them in value a little bit more. But for a first pass, to showcase an idea, I wouldn't mind sending a client a little bit cleaner version of this. But obviously I only spent 20 minutes doodling on this while talking and discussing and and reading the chat. But because you're not sending it to the producer, right? You're sending it to the art director, who should be able to anticipate where a thumbnail like this would go. As long as the shapes are clean, as in well designed, well balanced, the concept is clear, as in the idea behind the design, and the design is readable, then you can have a messy state. As long as they can go, oh, we like that, we don't like this, Black Sable, what we're drawing a repurposed material rocket launcher. On Jack animated won the dice roll. Akagria, yeah, it's fun to be silly, So my idea is that the parts repurposed are like sewage pipes, those recycle bin where you put the bottles into. I don't know if they exist outside of Europe, but they have these kind of plastic igloos with these things in, and you can put your bottles in there, or plastics, and they come and remove them. So when the rocket flies out, it'll have a nice secondary animation. Spectre, yeah, that is very true as well. You should have your name in the file name, because a lot of times they right click and save, and worst is when it's unknown.jpg. Black Sable, yeah. So the idea here is it's a double barrel where you reload the rocket launcher by doing it like a double barrel shotgun. When you pop it down, the two barrels, and then you plug into two shells, and then you close it up again. So the idea is you do it with your rocket launcher. Which I think really you need a handle here. On a hinge, yeah, here's the hinge. And my idea is that with a render, if you would render this, you would have on the pipe here and there having welded, so you have that chromatic effect of welding on metal. So for example, if I would put an image online, I should include Bjorn Hurri underscore vehicle 5. So when you do image search, for example, on Google, on Bjorn Hurri or vehicle, you would get both. And Google also meta searches the image, right, with the AI. So if you Google sky, blue sky, it also looks for the color blue. If I'm not mistaken, in Google image search. All these things are like a science of their own. Black Sabled, I think the general rule of when to use your file name, your name in your file name is all the time. Ritas, it searches, but blue sky, yeah. Ritas, yeah, exactly. That's so interesting how that kind of all works out in the end. But then also, what's important, if you have your own website, for example, if you don't have, you wouldn't know. But using SOEs when you make a post, which is like searchable code words that are included in search parameters, and you can kind of manipulate search data as well. For example, if you Google concept art, you will get search hits, right, on Google. And if you put concept art in your, let's say, website, you say concept art for the next game as a title of your post, right? And then in the description you have here's concept art for how many times you can repeat concept art. And then if you have concept art in your file name, the amount of hits that will give you will make you climb higher on Google search terms. So the problem is, and then the more places that links to concept art to you will also make you reach higher up. For example, so if you have, let's say, vehicle design, if you make a lot of articles where you actually type out vehicle design and you meta tag vehicle design and you include it in your post topic or whatever, the more links there will lead you to you rather than your competitor. And then if you then write an article on another website, or you're getting interview or anything, and they will make a hyperlink to your place because you're talking about you. And in that article you make sure to talk about vehicle design in actual typed form. You will have even higher hits, and you will reach even higher on the Google search results, right? So the goal is to be first with all these secret sneaky meta tags and post tricks, right? Hey Mila, how's it going? Hello, fancy artist working for Wizards of the Coast. It is over. Time is up. Hey Lou Arden. What is good? Welcome, new person. How are you? Sadly, you joined us, Lou Arden, exactly when the half an hour is over. Jack Animated prompted me to draw a repurposed rocket launcher. So I opted for a junkyard scrap rocket launcher where we're using sewage pipes and old cushion and bicycle handle. Obviously we haven't gotten that far in terms of render or presentation. I talked way too much and read the chat way too much to have a solid result in the end, but at least we got form and clear idea of where we would be able to take this weapon. Mila, I will be on every time, the same time as per usual, every day. So time is up. I think we should raid Tim Remmers. He's doing another Max concept. I think that would be cool to be a part of and join in and have a look. So let's raid Tim Remmers. Thanks, Morphia. It's a fun design, fun and stupid design. I might actually render it up, possibly. I mean, it's not a bad design. It's fun. It reads okay. Thanks, Jack. All right, so we're gonna raid Tim Remmers. See you tomorrow morning. We're starting to reach the end. Only a couple of streams more. Congratulations again for all the winners of Unreal Bjorn 3. Amazing. Miguel, make sure to contact me on Discord. Have a good one. See you tomorrow morning. Toodles.